Okay, good morning. Today is July 24th. It's 5:40 in the morning. I am at the Grays and Torrey's trailhead, actually the summer parking lot, which is kind of noted by this chimney of some sort right here. And we're going to head up this road to get to the actual trailhead. So I'm adding an extra 3 miles onto my hike because this is a four-wheel drive only road, and my rental car is just a Honda Civic, so it's not four-wheel drive. We'll take a look at this and see how it goes. Okay guys, I got lucky. It is 6:08 in the morning. I had a couple of hikers that have four-wheel drive me up here, and they had asked me if the parking lot was full, and of course I had no idea. But look at all the cars that are up here, and there's a parking lot all through there. We managed to get a spot down there. So it's pretty incredible how busy it is. But also, take a look at this. It's just beautiful up here. And I honestly, I know the trail, but I don't know. I'm thinking that's one of the peaks right there. Just some more of how crazy busy this parking lot is. And to show you, I am kind of getting a late start. I don't know what time most people got up here, but I imagine it was around 3 or so. So hopefully storms don't come in and make me have to get off the trail here. Let me get you the Grays Peak trailhead sign. And trail starting right here. Okay, the trail starts off very well defined. Nice little well manicured trail, for lack of a better term. Heading off into the meadow, but you can see this one pretty much starts off right above tree line. So air's a little thin, and I'll enjoy the relative flat and easiness. Somewhere up there, there's got to be a good stretch of incline. So almost right away, those stairs started going up. Look how beautiful all this is. All right. Just like most hikes I've been on, if you can survive that initial ascent, then you're going to get to a nice flattening out area. It lets you catch your breath, get your feet back underneath you before you get to the next ascent. And that appears to be what we're on now. So I've been told that is Torrey's Peak straight ahead. Grays Peak is behind this little bulge right there. Oh, we'll see if that's true. 6.5 miles to go. This trail is going to go flat for a long time. You can see hikers way up there ahead of me. They're still moving. Look at that giant cairn right there. That must be for people who come up here in the wintertime, and it's covered in snow. But almost, I'd say 95% of this hike is above timberline, and that's why you got to watch out for those afternoon storms. But so far the weather reports and everything are looking very favorable. Can you hear the coyotes? Okay, here we go, guys. The first glimpse of both of them together. I think this is a lollipop trail, if I remember. You go up one, cross the saddle, and come down the other, but they both start at the kind of the same place. So I'll be curious to how this works. Maybe, I don't know. We'll find out. I'm hesitant to make any guesses because so far I've been guessing pretty darn wrong. Holy smokes, guys, look at this. We got a rock field. You know how much I love the rock fields. All right, if I don't break my ankle, I'll be over there where those people are in just a minute. Well, actually, let's get around this cairn right here. And you can see they've done a pretty good job of making this a trail. I take back what I just said. It's nothing like yesterday on Haida Peak. Okay, starting to head up even more. I'm kind of out of breath, so I'm not going to talk much. Just show you the scenery. It seems like you'll never get there. That says 2.5 miles. That's got to be the top. But if you look, we're going to circle all the way around. You can see people way up there, even higher, almost to the top. So it's just switchback after switchback now. It's like the never-ending staircase. I don't know if you can see all those people way up there. Further up the mountain and further up the mountain. So I'll film when I get to the top of this thing. All right, right here is where it lies. Gray's is that way. Torrey's is that way. Which one do you guys think is better?
Torrey's. We're supposed to hit both of them.
Yeah, that's the goal, right?
Yeah.
So is Gray's just right there? Or it's got to be further back there, doesn't it?
Further back.
Oh, there's a mountain goat over there.
Oh, there they go. They're still climbing there.
There's a mountain goat there.
You see a mountain goat somewhere?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right there.
On the right, kind of.
Oh, yeah, on the trail. Holy cow. Pretty darn close to the top. Once I get there, I'll have to walk across that saddle. Go that way. Look at that. I think I can see the top. I think I have one more switchback and I'll be up there, and there's the people going down to walk across that to get up to the next peak. And you can even see people on top of the peak now. Okay, I'm not sure how much with the wind you'll be able to hear. It's the start of the trail. It's going to bring me down and up to that peak over there. We'll get that one done. It is only 8:42 in the morning, and I've been on the trail for under 3 hours. I find that kind of incredible. I was coming up and completely gassed out. I know it doesn't look like it, but that's not the easiest climb down, and it's a pretty good little fall if you trip and go that direction. But now looks like it evens out pretty well. Look, you can still see there's still people coming up that were behind me. Okay, I am about to the saddle, and then, you know, we're going to have to climb up there. But I just came down. You can see those hikers there headed up there, and it really surprised me how much loose rock there was. That was not, in my opinion, easy coming down. It wasn't frightening, and it wasn't something you can't do, but it beat up my legs a lot more than I expected, because you were slip sliding almost the whole way. And I just want to make a note of that, so if anyone's watching this video and they go up or down that way, I'm not sure which would be easier, but it's only, God, it's got to be less than half a mile, or even less than a quarter of a mile, but it's a challenging trudge. Okay, it's time to start going up. Looks like that's going to be fun. It's going to get steep. All right, guys, as you can tell, no switchbacks really on this one. It just keeps getting steeper. Okay, it's almost 10 o'clock in the morning on July 24th, and I am at the top of Torrey's Peak, and it's just amazing. But there's a few things I kind of want to point out that looks pretty cool. Right down there, I don't know if you can follow all the way into my finger, is Interstate 70. And right as you pull off Interstate 70 is that parking lot where I parked my car that I videoed earlier. So that's where I'm going to end up my day. I didn't know you could see it from there. Right there is the Y, and I chose to go left and up to the top of Gray's Peak and then come back down the saddle. But I'll be crossing down that way, all the way through and back down that way. And then, hold on, I'll pause. I'm going to show you one more thing. Now I'm on the other side of the peak, and Interstate 70 is behind me, but you can see the little cutouts for the ski slope over there. That's Breckenridge, and that's actually where I'm spending the night tonight. So I'll be going down Interstate 70 and out that way.
He would just be like, "Find your way, bud," and the dog would like pick its way up through the cliff.
It's Colorado. You just see mountains.
I think she would do well with that.
Everywhere.
Off leashing with me, but I'd lose him. He'd
Oh
be
no,
gone.
And it's just gorgeous.
Yeah, literally.
Obviously, that dog can do that, and he understands it.
Yeah.
And
All right, the only bad part about coming down here is I am going to have to make a slight climb to go down where those people are going. But as soon as I get there, this day all of a sudden becomes super easy. Okay, if you come down and come across the saddle and you're ready to go back down the mountain to the trailhead, you're going to come to this cairn and this sign right here. This is a trail that brings you all the way back down to the Y, where you had to make the decision which one you were going to hike first. So that's the way we're headed. This trail down is nice, or it's kind of the trail that I like, which would also be the same trail you would take up from the Y if you were going to climb. Look at me already forgetting the names of the peaks. I think that's Gray's Peak behind me up there, but I guess you could go either way when you get to the top up there too. But if you recall, on the way up, when I went left at the Y to Gray's Peak, they had a lot of those boards in place that you can see down there all the way around, which makes the trail nice and well groomed. But that stepping up is what fatigues my legs. And so, so does going straight up like we did on that last one. But that's what slowed me down a little bit when I was heading up that way. In any case, the choice is yours. Decide which way is harder for your capabilities, and maybe take it first when you got fresh legs. But in any case, and I apologize for saying but like 800 times, this day has turned out to be beautiful. So much different than when I went up Ida Peak yesterday, where I was just playing in the clouds and the rain. It was windy and wet. That peak right there, which looked formidable from here, it wasn't windy at all. In fact, it was actually very nice up there, and I got a story about that I'll tell in a little bit. Okay, this will bring us a little bit full circle. If you remember, I went to Gray's Peak first and went up that way. Then went across the saddle, which you can barely see from down here, up to Torrey's Peak, which is way up there. I don't know, that thing just looks formidable. It's amazing. But you still see people above that snow walking across it. It's nice. So it's called like a lollipop route, because you do a circle and come back here. Now we're going to take this all the way back down, and I think from here it's going to be easy. I don't remember too many down and up hills on there. So when it gets flat, we'll talk a little more. Okay guys, that wraps up. Well, it won't wrap up until I get to the trailhead, but the Grays and Torreys got them both done. So it's July 24th, 2026, and my 62nd birthday. So I got my first 2 14ers on my birthday, and it's just been a phenomenal day. It started off, as you know, at the parking lot, down there at the bottom, so I was gonna have an extra 3-mile hike going up and an extra 3-mile hike going back down, but as luck would have it, a couple of nice hikers, I think they're in their low 20s at best, picked me up and gave me a ride. And so that knocked, those first 3 miles, I don't even think I'd gotten a half a mile yet before they picked me up. So maybe that was birthday present number one, huh? Actually, birthday present number one is a t-shirt I got from my friend Bridget on underneath this. I'll keep waiting for the wind to stop so I can wear it. But then, where am I going with this? You get up to the summits there, and the people are just in good moods, as you can imagine. Getting up there, it's been so many friendly hikers to talk to. But on Torrey's, there's this group of about 20, not 20 people, 20-year-olds up there. They came up shortly after I got up there, and they were all full of energy, which is fun to see and be around. But one in particular, she was organizing everything, and when she saw I had a sign for the top of the mountain to get your picture taken with, she borrowed it and got pictures with all her friends and a big group picture. And then at the very end, she put together a giant group picture of everyone who was up there at the top. So I'm hoping that she sends that to me as well so I can include it in this video. But I don't know, it's just been a really good day. I'll get the stats and everything for the hike like we usually do, but I only have about a mile left and it is noon. So we're gonna get off, get back to the car just in time to find some place to have a nice big lunch. Okay, getting ready to bring this in for a smooth landing. Gonna grab some of the, what do you call it, pictures and things at the beginning that were surrounded by a bunch of people that I wasn't able to get on the takeoff this morning. And then I'm going to take my stats right at the end of this trail, even though I'm probably going to hike all the way down to the parking lot 3. I just want to start and end at the same place. Okay, this is what the start of the trail looks like. You can see the parking lot is already starting to empty out. Kind of incredible when people were finding anywhere they could park this morning. Once again, I'll repeat, I know a lot of people think, oh, I can probably make it up there because the first mile and a half isn't too bad, but the entrance road really starts to stink. And if you have a halfway nice car that's not a 4-wheel drive or anything like that, why take the risk of bottoming out? You know what I mean? It's not worth coming to enjoy your hike. There's just some pretty big potholes here. This bridge crosses just a small stream, as you can imagine. Setting is just beautiful. And we'll see if there's anything interesting on here to share. Oh, just information about the area we're in. So, it is 12:20. The hike was 8.67 miles. It took me a little over 6 hours, and I guess hopefully that's my current speed. So, and you can see my heart rate's up a little bit. This altitude is getting to me. My sleep timer's all screwed up too. But that is the end of the trail, and we'll talk to you more later.